How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we've been going over the Halloween event that will be taking place in New World from October 13th to October 26th. We'll look at what it is, what rewards you can stand to get, and how you'll go about completing it. But first, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel. It helps out massively. Now, let's get into it. Every year in October, as Halloween approaches, we get the Nightveil Hallow event in New World. This event sees a massive world boss known as Baalphazu spawning around Aeternum that requires large groups of players to band together to take him down, with chances at great rewards when doing so. There's also a variety of other tricks and treats you'll come across throughout this event, so let's dive in. To start things off, you're going to want to head to any of the major settlements scattered around Aeternum. You'll see somewhere in the middle of the town a large, green, bubbling cauldron. They're easy to find, but if you're struggling to locate it, it's marked on the map with the pumpkin icon. Beside the cauldron, you'll see an NPC called Salvatore. Speak to him and accept the quest he gives you. You can also talk to him more if you want to learn a bit more of the lore behind the event, but it's not needed, and I'll include a quick lore overview towards the end of this video as well. The quest you accepted, though, is the introduction to the event, and basically the bulk of what you'll be doing every day while this event is live, and that's hunting down and taking out Baalphazu. I'll go over what to expect a bit more shortly, but essentially, the first time you defeat Baalphazu, this quest will be completed. Simply return to Salvatore, put the Ichor you received from Baalphazu in the cauldron, and then talk to Salvatore again to get a Nightveil Hallow cache, which will jumpstart you on your way to unlocking all of the event rewards, with 2 random weapon event patterns, 5 Nightveil tokens, and access to the highest tier rewards in the event shop. Once that quest is done though, you basically want to just keep grinding this event boss over and over until you have everything you want from the event. There are daily reward limits though, so you need to take that into consideration. Now, let's go over this world boss a bit more, before going over the rest of the things you can do in the event, the rewards you can expect to earn, and a little bit more of the lore behind everything that's going on. Baalphazu is a level 66 elite world boss that has some pretty deadly moves and a ton of HP, so come ready for a fight. Luckily though, since this is an event that isn't around for very long, and everyone wants the rewards, there's usually tons of people heading to take him down. You'll see icons throughout the map with his face on them. This is where he will spawn. If you're struggling to locate where on the map he can be, you can use New World maps to show all of his possible spawn locations. There isn't many, only 6, in Great Cleave, Eden Grove, Morningdale, Ebonscale Reach, Brightwood, and Weaver's Fen, so you don't have many locations you have to keep an eye out for. If the boss is already being fought, there will be a glowing circle around the event icon, so keep an eye out for that, so you make sure to go to the one where everyone is fighting. Usually, there will be large groups running from boss to boss, taking him out quickly, and they will say in global chat which boss they are going for next. So for example, they may say Ebonscale Baalphazu next. The most efficient way to get your daily kills in is to join said group, because if you do the boss solo, you might not do enough damage before it's killed to register for a drop. To join these groups, simply X up in the recruitment chat. Every server uses different phrases, but usually something along the lines of X Baalphazu or X Halloween is enough and should get you a group invite. But now that we know where he spawns and how to go about getting to him, let's quickly go over his mechanics. If there's enough people fighting him, you can just spam attack him, and sooner or later he'll go down and you'll get your reward, especially if you're in a larger group. But technically, if you want to help out the most, you're going to want to kill all of the crawling pumpkin mobs around the area. These mobs will drop pumpkin heads that you can pick up and throw at Baalphazu, dealing a good chunk of damage to him and dropping his stamina bar. Once you fully drain that stamina bar, he will stop moving and take significantly more damage. This is when everyone jumps on him and just starts spamming their highest DPS moves until he gets up again. Then, repeat this process again until he's defeated. It's not a difficult fight, especially if you have the numbers, but he can hit hard, so if you're low level, be sure to get in a group, maybe even throw on some ranged weapons to hit him from afar. It makes things a lot easier. There's 3 notable moves he does that you want to keep an eye out for though. Sometimes, he'll shoot a large green wave on the ground that can hit pretty hard, but it's also easy enough to dodge or block once you get the hang of it. If you're struggling to do so though, you can always back up far enough away to be out of the rings, and just keep attacking from range. Next up is his Vine Arm attack. If you're aggroed by the boss, he can shoot out his arm at you in a quick motion, which again, is really easy to dodge or block once you get used to it, but will do a good chunk of damage if you don't avoid it. And finally, there's a move where the whole area will light up green, similar to his Waves move, but this time, sucks everyone in towards him. So when this happens, get out of the area, or use any of your defensive abilities. Apart from the little pumpkin creatures you kill to get the heads to throw at Baalphazu, there's also 2 other kinds of mobs that will be running around during this fight, and that's the Calabasher and the Gourd Spewer. These aren't that much of a nuisance, but if you do kill them, they'll drop healing circles on the ground that will also remove all of your debuffs. So if you or your group members are struggling to stay alive, it can be worth targeting a few of these. The Calabasher has the strongest heal of the 2, with 10% of your max health per 2 seconds, but the Gourd Spewer's heal isn't that bad either, at 5% per 2 seconds. But now that you know how to find and defeat Baalphazu, let's look at the rewards you can stand to get from him. For starters, there's the armor pieces, which even if they don't suit your build, they're still cool to collect for the transmog system, so it's for sure worth getting. You can get a total of 5 pieces from Baalphazu every day. Then, there's costumes, which I'll go over a bit more shortly, which you can get 3 of per day, and Ichor, which has no daily limit, Each Ichor you get can be traded to Salvatore for 1 Nightveil Cauldron cash, which when opened will reward you with 7 to 13 Nightveil tokens, 1 random event weapon pattern, 1 white gypsum, and a coin bag. The coin bags will only drop 3 times a day though. Most people try to get 5 kills of Baalphazu in each day for the bonus rewards, and then get on with whatever else it was they were doing. But if you really want to grind the event and get more than 5 kills, that's possible as well, and you can still be getting decent rewards. But taking out Baalphazu isn't the only thing to do during the Nightveil Hallow event. Another really fun part of this event is the costumes you can get, which will transform you into different characters that'll then allow you to trick or treat around all of the major towns on Aeternum for even more rewards. You can get these costumes from defeating Baalphazu, or from the cauldrons located in most of the major towns. It is worth noting, however, that they only last for the duration of this event, so use them up before the event finishes, or they will disappear. These costumes will let you transform into some of the infamous characters you've come across throughout your journey, like Captain Thorpe, Adiana, Anubian Reaver, and the Lost Monarch. They're great for getting cool screenshots with, but also, while you're in costume, you'll be able to loot hidden treat baskets all around the town for extra rewards. These treat baskets have a chance to contain Baalphazu armor pieces at a 10% drop chance rate, 2 Nightveil tokens with a limit of 3 times a day, and a unique item, candy. There's 4 variants of this candy, and they all give you really fun limited time effects. The Angry Earth Candy Fish will transform your character into a fish for 10 seconds. The Lost Black Licorice will increase your luck for 5 minutes. The Corrupted Jelly Beans will give your character glowing red corruption eyes for a set period of time. And the Ancient Grizzly Gummies will increase the amount of Nightveil tokens you receive for 5 minutes. This candy is also limited to this event, so use it up before the end, or it'll disappear. I really like the Jelly Beans, because you can see the glowing eyes through your helmet, while the other skin for the glowing eyes doesn't allow this, so you can get some really cool screenshots with it. The same goes for the Candy Fish. You can get some silly screenshots with that one as well, turning your character into a fish in random locations. And then the other 2 give nice bonuses as well, especially the Gummies, if you use them when you have a bunch of Ichor, before you throw it into the cauldron, or while you're out trick-or-treating. But as you go around trick-or-treating, and taking out Baalphazu, you'll slowly start to accumulate a good chunk of Nightveil tokens, and you may be wondering what it is to do with them. That's where the event shop comes in. This is everyone's favorite part of the event on Aeternum, as you can trade your tokens in for really cool rewards. There's the classic items that come back around every year, like the Jack-o'-lantern mask, the Pride of the Witch hat, and the Skeleton Twirl emote, but they also add new things to go for every year. So each time this event comes around, you can not only go back and get the ones you missed last year, but you can also go for the nifty new ones as well. You'll be seeing on screen what all the current and previous Nightveil Hallow unique rewards look like, so you can decide on what you want to prioritize first. Or, if you already have all of the unique items, you can go for the repeatable rewards. For example, the Chromatic Seal is always a useful item to have, so you can grab one of those every 3 days. That'll save you a ton of gold in the long run. Or, you can take your chances on some elite and legendary armor patterns. For me, this isn't really worth it, as it isn't max gear score, but as stepping stone gear, or to level your crafting skills, it could be worth it for you. Or, if you're one who likes to keep your house looking spooky all year round, you can stockpile the Nightveil themed furniture. There's tons of great items to spend your tokens on. This year's event, if you've participated in the previous Nightveil Hallows already, actually comes with some really cool new rewards for the first time in a while. You can see them on screen now. There's 8 new ones, with some really creepy looking masks and armor pieces as well. For newer players, if you want to get everything in the reward shop, it can be quite a token grind, but don't feel too bad if you miss out on anything, as you'll always have another chance to get them next year. And because you already unlocked some items this year, the token grind will be significantly less intensive next year around. Now, I'll give a quick overview of the lore behind the event, but if that's not something you're into, feel free to skip ahead with the timestamps below. The Nightveil Hallow is a mysterious season of change, when shades and ghouls gather in dark places, a time when the people adorn their houses with jack-o'-lanterns and wear frightful masks to ward off pumpkinites. During this season, an insidious magic transforms harmless pumpkins into ravenous creatures, hungry for mischief and flesh. They start off as impish pumpkins that caper about like goblins, and eventually turn into terrifying fiends that spew acid or shape their limbs into vicious blades, so it's best to deal with them as quickly as possible. Luckily, however, the pumpkins themselves can be used as weapons against their master Baalphazu, as he is particularly susceptible to the potent magic that animates the pumpkins. But who is Baalphazu, you may be wondering? He's a demon from the Netherworld, known as the Marquis of Terror. He was sent to Aeternum by his masters for the purpose of spreading fear far and wide. The Netherworld, Baalphazu's place of origin, is a dark, twisted hell ruled over by nightmarish abominations. However, it is a realm that exists out of our own. There are countless realms out there, some fair, some foul, and Aeternum is a gateway to such places. Baalphazu's masters are frightful creatures that we do not invoke the names of, as they're always listening, but if they've turned their attentions to Aeternum, we are all in great peril. We must band together during the Nightveil Hallow season, and banish Baalphazu back to the Netherworld, if Aeternum is to survive. Thankfully, the Hexen sisters, 3 legendary witches who have settled in the wilds of Aeternum, crafted a massive cauldron, known as the Nightveil Cauldron. This cauldron is a potent magical vessel, capable of dispersing the demon Baalphazu's essence. If the people of Aeternum are able to collect enough of the demon's ichor, its grip on the world shall be broken. So go forth, fight Baalphazu, and save Aeternum. And that covers everything related to the Nightveil Hallow Halloween event in New World. Hopefully this guide can help some of you better prepare for this event, and be more efficient in your grind. If it was of any help, please consider giving the video a like, and subscribing to the channel. It helps out massively. But until next time, have a good one. Thanks for watching another video, and a massive shout out to all the channel members and patrons seen on screen now. Links on how to become one in the video description. If you'd like to learn how to get all the new artifacts that came out this season, and see how the old ones have changed, click on the video to the left. Or, if you'd like to learn about the season pass, and how to level it fast, click on the video to the right.